Good morning. I want to share this insight that I've started to glean from working with a lot of my clients. I've started to realize that there are two types of perfectionists. And I'm going to ask, which type are you? If you're neither of these types, then what I want you to do is practice being one of them. I'll give you a little bit of a teaser here, okay? The first type of perfectionist doesn't start anything until it's perfect. They don't release anything until it's perfect. They don't start anything until it's perfect. These are the kind of people who analyze and analyze and analyze. Sometimes they're obsessive compulsive people, and they'll do whatever they need to make sure it's good enough, perfect, and perfect is the only good enough for them, before they roll something out, before they try something. My brother was a little bit like this. I remember water skiing, and I remember when we were kids, my dad had a boat, and we'd go to the lake, and I was learning how to barefoot water ski. And I remember for 30 days, one summer, I practiced every single day. I got out there, and I would try to get up, and I would fall, and I would fall, and I strained muscles in my back, and I broke toes, and I did a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I'm sure I gave myself a few concussions doing this. It wasn't as healthy as it probably could have been, but I practiced and practiced and practiced. I didn't do it every day. It was probably every 2 or 3 days because sometimes I was too hurt to try again the next day. But over this 30-day period, I worked and worked and worked and worked and worked, and by the end, I figured it out. It was actually my last day that summer, I remember this really clearly, that I got up and I stayed up. It was fantastic. You go out and there's this quiet, because it's early morning when the lake is really calm, and you slide out and you plant your feet and you're up, and your feet are keeping, it was an amazing experience. Now, my brother is very different than me. Different kind of perfectionist. My brother ended up simply watching me, analyzing me, figuring out everything that I was doing, figuring out what I was doing wrong, what I was doing well. He was the spotter in the boat. And he watched me all summer. Now, the next summer, actually, I don't think I was back at the lake the next summer. For some reason, I was off doing something. Maybe I was working that summer, whatever it was. And my brother got up, I think on his first time trying to barefoot water ski, he got up. And that's my brother. My brother is somebody who analyzes and dissects and takes things apart. And then when he's going to do something, he's going to do it extremely well. Now, I don't want to say this is evil. This is not a horrible thing. I love my brother, and I think this is a great skill in many ways. But it's only a great skill to analyze and perfect something if you're willing to take the action. Because the first kind of perfectionist, often what they struggle with most is taking the action. Because they're like, well, it's not ready yet. It's not perfect yet. And that's a problem. If it's stopping you from doing what you need to do, it's a problem. Now, there's a second kind of perfectionist. And I'm actually neither type of perfectionist. I'm trying to become the second one more and more all the time. I'm just the action taker that busts his head on things. And sometimes I figure it out through trial and error, okay? But the second kind of perfectionist is the ideal type of perfectionist. The second type of perfectionist is somebody who just goes out and tries something. And once they've tried something, then they perfect it. And this is somebody who I'm becoming. So the first type of perfectionist, they never take action, or they really struggle to take action because they don't ever start something. And my brother falls into this category sometimes. Sometimes he struggles to take action in certain ways because he needs so much ramp-up time, and he's analyzing things all the time. The analysis paralysis, that's that first type of people. They're so burdened by fear that they don't take action. Again, that's not fully my brother. But and the second type of perfectionist is the type of person who goes out and tries something. And after they've figured out, oh, this has value to other people, this is the business owner thinking. After they see, oh, this has value to some people, now how can I perfect it? And then they will perfect it. And this is more like a kind of a Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was somebody who was anal in many ways, but he went out and got something started, and then he became anal about it. He got the computer out to people, and then the personal computer, and then he started to try to perfect it and make it better every single year. And he was anal about that kind of stuff. And that's what has made Apple a very, very lucrative company because of what he built. I'm actually really curious to see what happens since he died a little while back. What will happen to Apple? Why? Because in the end, you need that kind of person that's going to be perfect, a perfectionist. But you want the second type of perfectionist. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take action. If you are not the second kind of perfectionist, either because you're the first type or because you're more like me, you're just kind of like the action taker that bangs his head against things, or you're not a perfectionist at all, whatever it is. What I want you to do is practice two things. Take action, that's the first step. And then secondly, analyze, grow, Figure out what's good, what's not so good about something, and grow from that. When you do that on a consistent, you can do this in relationships, you can do this with business, you can do this with finance, you can do this investing, you can do this in many, many different areas of life. Figure it out, and as you do so, routines, habits, there's so many situations I can apply this to. As you do that, you will get better and better, but not only that, you'll bring far more value to other people, and you'll be doing it. People learn far more from doing than thinking on the sidelines. So what I want you to do is take action today and enjoy that day.